It's the 20th anniversary of the late Steve Jobs' famous commencement speech at Stanford, and with students across Canada and the United States finishing up the school year, we wanted to share some of Steve's wisdom here. Steve never graduated from college, but he went on to become one of the most important people in tech history. Here are a few of the things he had to say. First, how dropping out meant that he could take classes he was fascinated with, which led to attending a calligraphy class that influenced the future of computers. I quote, "If I had never dropped out, I would have never dropped in on that calligraphy class, and personal computers might not have the wonderful typography that they do. Of course, it was impossible to connect the dots looking forward when I was in college, but it was very, very clear looking backwards 10 years later. Again, you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the odd dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever, because believing that the dots will connect down the road will give you the confidence to follow your heart, even when it leads you off the well-worn path, and that will make all the difference." Jobs' second story is about being fired from Apple in its earlier days. Quote, "I didn't see it then, but it turned out that getting fired from Apple was the best thing that could ever have happened to me. The heaviness of being successful was replaced by the lightness of being a beginner again, less sure about everything. It freed me to enter one of the most creative periods of my life. During the next 5 years, I started a company named Next, another company named Pixar, and fell in love with an amazing woman who would become my wife. I'm pretty sure none of this would have happened if I hadn't been fired from Apple. It was awful tasting medicine, but I guess the patient needed it. You've got to find what you love, and that is as true for work as it is for your lovers. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking and don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it. And like any great relationship, it just gets better and better as the years roll on." And Steve's final story was about death. I quote, "When I was 17, I read a quote that went something like, 'If you live each day as if it were your last, someday you'll most certainly be right.' It made an impression on me, and since then, for the past 33 years, I've looked in the mirror every morning and asked myself, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I'm about to do today? And whenever the answer has been no for too many days in a row, I know I need to change something." He goes on to say, "Remembering that you are going to die is the best way I know to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose. You're already naked. There is no reason not to follow your heart. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most importantly, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you want to become. Everything else is secondary." Steve closed his speech with this: "Stay hungry, stay foolish. And I've always wished that for myself, and now, as you graduate to begin anew, I wish that for you. Stay hungry, stay foolish." If you want to watch the Steve Jobs Stanford commencement speech, you can find a new HD version online in celebration of this anniversary. I'm the Other Mac. Good luck out there.